Hello fellow fans of the Mighty Saints, it's my preview match for the Watford game on Saturday, a game that I'm very excited, or was at least very excited, to be attending. Unfortunately I was at work and decided to listen to the Saints Network, which of course you can watch as well, but obviously I'm working so I have to listen to these shows. And I have to congratulate everybody who does these shows on YouTube, all the vloggers, because they are listenable. You don't necessarily have to watch them. Anyway, back to my train of thought. The episode Saints smash Stoke but transfer talk is troubling. I went into that episode feeling as if we got a really good chance to win on Saturday and came away feeling like I usually do, completely and utterly devoid of hope. The game kicks off at 12:30 on Saturday, and I'm, depending on the weather, I may go over early and do a bit of filming elsewhere in Southampton. That's all I'm going to say. Of course, if that actually happens, there will be a video accompanying that particular venture. So what do I normally do when we're playing a team that I haven't covered the history of? Well, of course I'm going to cover the history and origins, in fact, of Watford Football Club. Watford Football Club originated in 1881 with the formation of Watford Rovers by Henry Grover, who also played as fullback. The team started out with only amateur players, as most did, hosting matches at various sites around Watford. They entered the FA Cup in 1886-87 season and won the County Cup in 1889. In 1891, they became the football branch of the West Hertfordshire Club and Ground, moving to Cassio Road. Watford Rovers changed their name to West Herts in 1893 and joined the Southern Football League in 1896. Poor performances and low attendances marked the start of the 1897-98 season, but switching to professional status helped improve results. Around this time, Watford St Mary's were attracting larger crowds and had finished runners-up in the Hertfordshire Senior Cup for the 1894-95 season. Discussion about merging the two clubs led to the creation of Watford Football Club on April the 15th, 1898, as reported by the Watford Observer on the 7th of May 1898. Both teams completed their remaining fixtures before fully combining under the new name. Watford was one of the first English clubs to champion diversity and develop black players, such as Jack and Edwin Cowther, acting as their first in 1898. More recently, in the 80s, the legendary mercurial talent that was John Barnes came through at Watford under Graham Taylor and played in 6 seasons for the club and his contemporary Luther Blissett, in a time when Elton John was owner of the football club. In 2003, Watford and Southampton met at Villa Park for the FA Cup semi-final, with Saints winning 2-1. A game I attended, and I have to say that was one of my favourite games or trips I had to make to watch Saints play. Of course, also going to the final, which wasn't as much fun because obviously didn't win the final. But that's how Watford Football Club came about. There is talk that Watford have injury problems at the moment, and so I'm just going to have a look to see. They're currently 8th in the Championship, and the last team that they put out was Selvik in goal, Bowler at left back, Mfunny and Abankwa centre backs, and Nagakia right back. So they tend to play a 5-1 formation similar to us. So that would be interesting to see if Tonda sticks with the formation that has done him good over the last 3 games. Lauza and Mendy in midfield. I've heard that Mendy might not be fit, but we'll see how it goes. Chuck Vedatsky, I can't even say that, on left wing with KMB in the middle, and Mama on the right. Up front, Doumbia or Doumbia. God, these names are very difficult to pronounce. Maybe I should have practiced that before recording. So obviously their league position shows them at 8th, but their last 5 games have been a lose, draw, draw, lose, draw. Of course, our last 5 games have been showing a better turn of form. In regards to the team I feel that we're going to put out on Saturday, and I'm not going to do a Tonda's team because I think he's going to field an unchanged starting lineup, which is a shame for Shay Charles because I'd like to see him back. I think that Shay Charles will play or start against Leicester City in the FA Cup. And the funny thing about that, of course, news came through today that Leicester City have been deducted 6 points and now are in 20th place, just above the drop zone. Isn't that funny though? Joe Rebo, the one is allowed to join a club that's in a financial or been charged with financial irregularities, and could get relegated from the Championship, and he didn't want to play for another side in the Championship because they got relegated to the Premier League. And several players of ours that joined West Ham are also flirting with relegation. Adam Armstrong has just joined Wolves, which are going to get relegated. Do you see a sort of pattern developing there? Players that didn't want to play for us because we got relegated, moving to clubs that are playing with a relegation themselves. I don't know whether I can sort of hold out my original high hopes for this game, simply because Finn Azaz is hitting the form he always hits every like 3 months, and I did sort of mention in an earlier episode that he's going to play well in February. It's also because Adam Armstrong has left, he is now our top goal scorer. And it says top goal scorer Adam Armstrong. We can't count him now because he doesn't play for us anymore. So currently our top goal scorer is Finn Azaz with 8 goals. He's only got to get 4 more goals to overtake Adam Armstrong anyway. He's also our top assist creator with 5, with Leo Cienza just behind him on 4. Leo Cienza is creeping up also on the goal scoring front with 5 goals. I'd say Finn Azaz is a midfield player, so I know that the club was aiming to get goals from midfield, and that clearly is the case. And I think a few of them may be surprised that Finn's got 8 goals this season. The combined goals and assists rate, he's got 13. The FOTMob rating puts Leo Cienza as our best player, with Taylor Harwood-Bellis second and Ryan Manning in third. I think it might only because Ryan Manning's played an awful lot of games this season until the wonderful James Bree came back. James Bree, I think, is the catalyst for our run of good form, and yes, that's why I feel a bit more confident about getting a result against Watford. Taylor Harwood-Bellis has also played the most minutes for the club, with Ryan Manning and Nathan Wood slightly behind. So again, looking through all the other stats, the XG, Cameron Archer's XG is only slightly behind Adam Armstrong, and he's hardly played. He's also goals per 90. He's on 0.30 behind Finn Azaz. So actually his stats aren't as bad as you would think. Even Jay Robertson has got shots per 90. He's got 2.9 behind Adam Armstrong and Leo Cienza. Accurate passing, Nathan Wood seems to be top of that charts. Best chances created, obviously Leo Cienza, and even Ryan Manning is quite high up in the chances created department. Accurate long balls, Taylor Harwood-Bellis, he did a particularly good long ball through the middle, which created a goal in our match away at Stoke. Yeah, I think these stats, they say stats mean everything these days, and they are showing to be who our best players are, basically. But you don't need stats to see that, do you? So 12:30 kickoffs on the telly. So maybe I shouldn't have bothered getting a ticket for it, but I have. And I'm really looking forward to going over. Always enjoy the matches. Always enjoy seeing my friends up there and having video chats with them. And I do get a bit nervous when it comes to approaching people I don't know and getting their views, especially away fans. I really do like getting the views of away fans, but I'm very, very nervous in approaching people because I'm a bit socially awkward. I think that's the best way to describe it. But I do love doing these videos, and I do like getting the feedback from you guys, and you know, and the TikToks as well. I do like popping up a couple of quick TikToks, especially when I'm having a bit of a rant about something, and everybody else feels the same way as I do. So that's the plan. Hopefully, I'll see some of you before the match on Saturday, and maybe a few afterwards celebrating. So the next video will be the matchday vlog. So thanks for tuning in. Oh yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe and comment in the comments box. I don't know whether that comments box is below. Everybody says below, but I don't think it always is below, because I always watched them on once and it was on the right hand side. But yeah, please interact with my videos. Apparently it does something called an algorithm, which makes the video available to more people who are interested in the subject matter of the show. Come on, you Reds!